The fuck?
Wakey, wakey.
Maybe redo that. Or
What happened there?
I was trying to.
What was that?
I was trying to mute one of my sound channels, but I accidentally unmuted a different one, which made you.
Which was, yeah,
Yeah.
It played my own sound back to me, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to do it again? Should we do it again?
Let me. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second though. Give me a second.
I'm waiting. What? It's just taking so long.
Yeah.
Tom.
Go ahead.
Wakey, wakey.
What a saving.
Welcome back to I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where I, Phil, introduce stray kids to my friend Tom. Tom, how are you doing?
Good. What's happening? My printer's turning on for some reason.
You have a printer?
Yeah.
What year is this?
I gotta print stuff sometimes, man.
Oh, yeah, I know, I guess. I constantly think about the fact that, like, someday, because, like, when Jeanette's parents were, like, closer to us, like, if we needed to print something, we'd be like, let's go to your parents' house, we can print something. But someday we're going to have to be those parents because, like, our kids are in school. They're going to need to print things eventually. But I've, like, if I need to print something that desperately, I'll just go to work.
Go to Kinko's
because there's a printer there. No, I got a printer at work. I could just use it.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
I know
Kinko's is a thing anymore.
the thing that I really, that's such a big problem is that I want to have a laser printer.
Oh yeah.
Instead of an inkjet one, because I know how, okay, inkjet printers, the way that they work is that they have a print head that has, you know, ink, right? That would make sense. But
Yep.
in order for them to print, they must not have a clogged print head, which means that every so often your printer just kind of gives a little and just spurts out a little bit of ink so that it can clear the print head and make sure that it doesn't get clogged up, which means if you have full tanks of ink and you just put it on your shelf, it will slowly use all of your ink.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a problem.
I've only changed the ink in this printer once, and I've had it for 7 years. So
yeah. And it's a laser, right?
it is a laser printer. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't, toner, you don't have to do that.
It's a
The
laser.
only-
It's a scanner also. It's a cool. Here, I'll take a picture of it. You know what? Fuck it.
Well, so here's my only dilemma, right? Yeah, you do your thing. My dilemma is that I follow this YouTube channel that designs these really cool paper crafts, and I really want to do them, but never do because I don't have a printer, and I would have to like print it out at like Staples or something because you can't use like just shitty printer paper. Like you need like cardstock. But also I'm aware that like for those type of paper crafts, if you want them to look right and not have it like crack on the surface as you're doing folds and stuff, it should be inkjet because then it soaks into the paper. So, you know, I constantly talk myself in circles and then I just go, well, okay.
Well,
Yeah. So then I just end up not doing it,
yeah.
which is fine. You know, it's okay.
This printer is awesome because
Yeah.
it's a scanner also, and it's a little dusty
Oh.
right now because, you know, whatever. But because it like connects to my Wi-Fi, So then
Yeah.
when I scan to it, I just say send desktop and it just drops it into a folder on my computer.
Have you ever taken a scan of your own ass and then slid the printout to Anna?
No.
Okay, all right. You know, like it was possible. Although with that size printer, I don't think you would want to sit on it, really.
No.
You could probably take a picture from your phone, though, and then print that out. You know, just giving you ideas.
I don't understand
That's
what you
called
mean.
romance.
Take a picture of my ass
Of your own ass.
and
yes.
then scan that
and
picture.
print it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
print it. Just print it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can print it in black and white so it looks like you sat on. You know, I'm
Well-
just saying, like you want the aesthetic of that, and then you just slide it
Oh, I need
face down.
I need a pane of glass, you know, so that I can press it against my butt. Because in order to get the true
Right.
scanned,
Yeah, to get that. Yeah. You got to get the
image.
right look.
yeah, you gotta have pushed ass.
This is a Stray Kids podcast. This is all going in. Yeah, let me tell you about the day I had, by the way.
Okay.
So I had two things that I knew were planned for today, and Jeanette wasn't feeling well, so she wasn't going to really join me for the first one, right? Which is at 1 we had a kid's birthday party that we were taking the kids to.
Yeah.
So I was going to do that solo, and we had to go and buy a present. And so I took the kids out at like 11:30. We went to Target, bought a present, you know, tried to time everything right because I knew how long it would take us to get from Target to this house where we were going for the birthday party.
Right.
So we do that. The kids have fun. We get it all packed up. We get everyone buckled in the van, and we start driving. We get to the house, right, which is far away, by the way. It's like a 23-minute drive probably from where we live. It's out kind of in the middle of nowhere. So we get there, and we park, and I get the kids out, and Michelle has told me like she has to pee, like she has to pee, so we got to go. And I was like, okay. So we go up to the door, and I let her ring the doorbell because she likes that, right? And we're waiting, and I was like, well, maybe I didn't hear it go off, so I'll just hit it myself, you know. And we're waiting, and nothing, and I'm like, man, there is no cars out here, like, and we're like 3 or 4 minutes after it's supposed to start. I don't know what's going on. So I tell the kids, okay, you guys can go ahead and knock. You know, maybe they're out back or whatever. Like I didn't hear anything, but I thought maybe, you know. And so while the kids are knocking, I'm like, oh my God, I got to pull up the invitation. And I pull it up, and it goes, okay, yeah, it's from 1 to 3. We got the right time, you know. We should be all good. And then I'm like, man, what is going on? And so then I scroll down a little bit, and I see that it is from 1 to 3 tomorrow.
Oh no.
So then I'm immediately panicked for multiple reasons. One, Michelle needs to pee, and there's no toilet nearby. So we have to get back into the car and drive to a grocery store, which was like 6 miles down the road because that's the closest place. Because it's in the middle of nowhere. So I'm getting the kids like ready to go. I'm like, you got to hold it. We got to go. And also just the sheer embarrassment of if they show up right now and we're just at their house and they're like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I can't have that. So
Right.
So but Michelle was able to hold it. We made it to the grocery store, no problem. Got back in the van, and then by that time, like the other thing is that like it was 1 o'clock, which is like prime lunchtime. There was probably going to be like pizza or something there. So I didn't feed the kids beforehand. So them and me, we're all getting hungry because
Yeah.
it's now like 1:30 or whatever. Because
Hang on a second. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Ferk is just
what? Yes. Mm-hmm. Ferk, why you got to be interrupting us? So rude.
You can come in. But shut up. He's just fucking scratching at the door incessantly. What do you
Wow.
want?
So rude.
You want to sit in my lap?
He wants to hear this. He wants to hear this story. You know.
Yeah.
So we, I have to then just figure out like, okay, what are we gonna eat? Because clearly I need to pick something up. It's now late, pretty late for them to have lunch, and I gotta go get something. And so I wasn't planning on going out to eat with them for lunch, and because we went and got we got McDonald's breakfast this morning. It's Saturday. We're gonna get McDonald's breakfast, right? And so I didn't want to have McDonald's again, and so I was just like, maybe we'll go to In-N-Out. Last time we got In-N-Out, the kids liked it. They both had cheeseburgers and enjoyed it. Even Michelle, like, she typically goes for chicken nuggets or chicken strips, but so I was like, okay, well, what do you guys want? Are you okay with In-N-Out? And Logan's like, hell yeah, cheeseburger, fuck yeah. Like, he's so easy for like eating out. But Michelle was just like, no, I don't want a cheeseburger. I want chicken. And I was like, okay, well, would you be okay with Wendy's? Because they have chicken nuggets. And she was like, no, I want McDonald's. And I was just like, we just had McDonald's. I know it's different, but I don't want McDonald's 2 times in one day. Like, please, could we not do McDonald's? And I finally sweetened the pot for her. This is, me with my expert parenting. I was like, well, Michelle, at Wendy's, we can get a chocolate frosty. And she was like, I want Wendy's. I want Wendy's now.
Yeah.
I want to go to Wendy's. And so we get to Wendy's, and there's a line of cars wrapped around the building.
Oh, my God.
But as we were pulling around, I was able to see that, like, there weren't that many cars from like where the, ordering was happening and the actual window. There was like a big gap. And I was like, oh, well, they just got to take a couple orders and this line will be moving. Right. So we get in line and it takes for fucking ever. And like, it's like probably 2 o'clock by the time that we get up to the ordering, menu and everything. And Michelle was having a fit about it. Like, she was upset and she was probably just hungry, but she was like kicking my chair, being like, just go. But I couldn't go because they weren't taking my order. Like, we had to wait. And so it was just so annoying. And we finally got through the ordering process, got it all home, fed everybody. And I was like, okay, now the kids can just hop on their iPads for a little bit. They get a little iPad time because I need to spend a little bit of time getting ready for the second thing I had planned today, which was Final Fantasy 14. Love the game. And Andy, the streamer that I watch on Twitch, had recently finished it, and he took like this big cool screenshot of like all the people who were on his server that had like played along with him and were there when he finished the most recent expansion. And so the people who are on the North American servers who maybe don't have characters or didn't get in the screenshot, we wanted to get together and kind of recreate that on the North American servers with our main characters. And so they put together an event where we would all go to one server and we'd meet up in the same spot as where they took that screenshot. We'd take another screenshot and it was going to be a cool hangout sesh. And, I don't know what else they would want to do, but we were at least going to do that. So I was like, okay, well, I'll get my character moved over to the server and maybe I'll, I had like an hour. So I was like, well, I'll do run some dungeons, do some fun stuff, and then I'll head over there. So I had about like, an hour left, and so I moved my character to where we were supposed to meet, and then I just did some laundry for a while. When it got close, I was like, okay, I told Jeanette, like, she, if the kids need something, like, could you, approve time or whatever they ask for, because I got to go to this thing that I'd been planning on for like the whole week, right? And so I go back into the office, my character's sitting there, but nobody else is there yet. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm the first one here. Let me just check and see if anybody else is online. And there were a few people online that I could see because we have like a link shell that we're all in. So I was just like, it's fine. I'm just hanging out there. And so I'm like, just, looking at Reddit on my phone, just waiting for like the event to start or whatever. And I'm just like, man, like, there's just nobody here. And so I go to the Discord where the event was planned. I click on the event. It's next week. so
Oh my God.
So both of the only things I had planned for my entire day today were not happening today. So it's been good. It's been a real good Saturday for me. I'm just loving life. I got a lot of laundry done, so I feel pretty good about that, right? It's yeah. Very cool. Very cool. At least I didn't at least I didn't send a message in
where's
Andy's
everyone
Discord and be like, hey, where is everyone? Right. I'm glad that I looked and didn't just assume and be like, why isn't anybody here? Because I thought about chatting in the link shell that we have and be like, why isn't anybody showing up yet? I'm so glad I didn't. Now I'm putting this all out into the world. So and this is at the beginning of our show. So naturally, Andy will be like, oh, I want to check in on what Phil's been up to. What's the Make a Stay podcast doing? And he's going to tune into this part exactly and be like, I see what happened. But yeah, it's good. It's fun. Yeah. So that was my day. It's been one, Yeah. So yeah. But hey, the good news is that
It's all good now.
because we get to watch the final episode rewatch of the Stray Kids Survival Show,
Hell yeah.
right? We get to finally see the conclusion again. And I think we'll get to sort out all our feelings about that.
Titty booyah.
Titty booyah, as we say. And Felix says.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be good. There is no link because we're watching it on Plex.
It's Plex. Yep. My day was not as exciting. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I ordered some breakfast for us. I had this little egg and potato thing. And I got Anna French toast. And
Nice.
And then we were just kind of hanging out for a little while, and then she was like, we should have got energy drinks. And I was like, well, I mean, we can.
You got nerds, right?
We can just no. I ended up not placing that order. Maybe I still will, because I closed out of it.
Well,
and
don't place an order for 200 of them or
well,
whatever.
they sent me an email because I closed out, and they sent me an email, and they were like, hey, it looks like you forgot something. Here, have a 15% off code. And I was like, all right.
Does it stack? Are there stackies?
I don't.
Because you were already getting a discount for buying so many, right?
Yeah. I don't know, though. But no, I was like, I mean, we can just go get some, if that's what you want to do. And then she didn't say anything for a while. And then 2 minutes later, she was like, let's go get energy drinks. And I was like, yeah, okay. So we ran up to the gas station, got some energy drinks and snacks, and came back. And yeah, I mean, that's the bulk of my day right there. And then just hanging out on the computer.
Pretty good Saturday.
I worked on my UI a little bit, and then we watched that BlizzCon thing, and now she's playing Overwatch.
I mean, worth. Yeah. Well, that's fun. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to have a Saturday that's like that. It would have been nice to, I don't know, play some other games. I mean, I played a good bit of Final Fantasy 14. I
saw you on there.
Naysay. Yeah, I was having a good time, even though I was waiting, for an event that didn't exist to start. I still had fun, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I set up my my stream also. Yeah, that's another thing that I did. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
TX Tom on Twitch. He's going to be streaming soon. That's it. And you can follow him there, and he's going to be playing World of Warcraft. But typically, when he's playing and or raiding, he's also listening to Stray Kids music. So, if you want to just go and enjoy the vibe, you can just be there to hang out. And you don't even have to understand what's going on in the game. Tom will chat with you, and you can just listen to some sweet jams, right?
Yeah. And if you want to know
a good time.
what's going on in the game, I can explain to you.
Yeah, you definitely will.
Yeah.
You've done it before, and you'll do it again. God damn it.
Yeah, I will. But I'm gonna be real with you for a 2nd Phil. And this
For
may,
real?
For really
Oh.
real. For Philly Phil.
You're gonna be real with me. What are you gonna say?
I may, when I'm streaming, I may expand that catalog of Stray Kids music due to a particular individual.
No fucking way. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
God
I'm
damn.
so sorry.
Fucking, I'm so bitter. I worked for so long.
But have you
So long.
But have you listened to Sun and Moon?
No.
Well, you should, because
This is a Stray Kids podcast.
Okay.
Stray Kids podcast.
Woo. Hast Tom joined the cult? I am not part of any cult. I refuse to be a part of a cult. Yeah,
It's got me feeling like
really, because I'm feeling like, wow.
got me feeling like wow.
Yeah.
Do I hate you now? No, I do not. I just hate what you've done.
Now Ferk is
What you've done
fucking
here.
hitting the door to get out. What do you want, little guy? What do you need?
It's just being a dog, you know? It's
Just-
a dog eat dog world.
Lay down in your fucking bed and shut up. Is that how you put the kids down?
Yeah, basically. You know, I try not to, cuss at them like that, but sometimes they're annoying.
He doesn't know what I mean.
Michelle
He wants my attention.
genuinely.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I was gonna say she slapped Logan's arm today, and I was like, hey, that was a mistake. You made a mistake. Tell him you're sorry. You shouldn't hit people. You know that's wrong. And she's so obstinate. She was just like she didn't want to be called out. And I'm like, if Logan accidentally steps on her or pushes her out of the way or whatever, and I'm like, hey, that wasn't nice. You know that wasn't nice. So you should apologize. And he's like, sorry, Michelle. He'll just do it. And I'm just like, it was so easy. It would be so easy for her to say the fucking. I don't even care if she means it, because if she gets into the habit, it's like smiling in the mirror, right? If you get in the habit of being able to say you're sorry and acknowledging that you've done a wrong thing, even if you don't mean it now, it's you learn a lesson that I did a wrong thing,
Right.
and that's a wrong thing, right? I don't know. I just it was frustrating. So, but she went to bed happy and fine, but yeah, it's all good. Get out, you dog. What?
I'm back. I mean, I was
Welcome back.
listening the whole time.
Yeah, but now you're at your microphone, ready to go. Well, we should probably actually watch the show. And
Do you remember when last night when Mooney was like, it'll probably be another hour before you guys even start, and then we did it again?
Shut up! I don't want to hear it. No. That somebody made us watch
That's
the
just
trailer for the
classic.
new WoW expansion.
And it was incredible. Who here was here for us watching that WoW cinematic and didn't enjoy it? Speak now, and I will ban you from the server.
Okay, yeah. Rude.
No one here.
And look,
no one
here's
here
the thing is that
didn't enjoy it. No one here.
Tom
bad time.
has that ability, and I can't stop him because you're the owner of the Discord. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, if you want to start the episode, you're going to have to do that
Oh, true. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
and do the countdown. So.
All right. Episode 1 of I'll Make a In-Citizen Out of You, starting
Fuck
now.
off.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
It's a live stage show.
We're starting with The Seventh Element.
Just gonna cut every reference to NCT.
Or not the element sense.
I
The
will
seventh
actually
sense.
edit. Don't make me actually edit this episode because I'll goddamn do. You want me to turn this podcast around and edit it? I will do it. God damn it! I will cut every reference to NCT. He's got his own little stage in the back. What the fuck is he wearing? It's like a leotard with like the top of a sweater cut out. It's interesting because like it's very clear from the initial sales, from the streams, all of that, that like this show was very popular. And then when I Am Not came out, it was not as popular. You know what I mean? Like when their actual debut album came out, like the numbers didn't persist, which is interesting. Look at his awkward smile. I love it. Look at that. Yeah, that's his bright smile. There it is again. Oh, it's too good. They're like, look at his visual, and he's like, he's so great. Nobody cares about this guy. He is sweating so much. Like JYP looks like he's got a total flop sweat up there. The host now also building a bit of a flop sweat. I'm like, was it really hot? Like, did they need to crank up the AC?
I mean, do you see the boys there on stage? How could it not be hot in there?
Yeah.
People are saying lights in chat. They mean our beautiful boys.
Oh, sweet. We can vote. Tom, are you going to vote?
Yeah.
You just got to use hashtag 0199. It's pretty easy. They haven't even performed yet, and the voting is already going to begin. Wow.
I mean, if you have been watching the other episodes, you should know what you want to vote already, right?
Yeah, I suppose. The fee is 100 won. Is that like 1 penny?
Like a buck?
Or is that 10 cents? I don't know what the conversion is.
IDK. My BFF Jill.
A yen is easy for me. Let's see.
Yen is what, 100 to 1, basically?
Basically, it fluctuates, but it's around there, yeah. It is currently 0.076 cents. So
cents?
So about so 8 pennies.
Or dollars.
Cent.
Yeah, the way that you said it though would mean that it's a fraction of a cent. You mean it's $0.07.
Yeah, okay, I guess I do mean that. Yeah. No, not $0.75.
8 cents.
Yeah, 8 cents. 8 pennies. Okay. Yeah, we got to go through this shit again. 2017. Oh. We're so old.
Oh, it's so bad.
Ugh. Oh, it's so weak. That verse 2 was weak.
Verse
Get
2.
out of here.
I feel bad for whoever that was.
Yeah, sorry, Hyunjin, but it was it's still not like this song is not a slow song. Like it still has a pretty fast BPM, you know what I mean?
It's on my Skizpicks.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I genuinely hope that some people watch along on Patreon, and so they get to hear me go bleh every time Woojin comes on the screen. Which I mean, last time around, this is a big difference. Last time around, I really had to hold back, you know? Oh, it was hard. I also dropped a lot of hints that were driving people crazy. Like, I can't believe you said that. Sungmin's vocals are so good. Jesus Christ. Oh, I like that kind of like shimmy shake move they do in the choreo. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's like while I'm ignoring Woojin, they're doing this little shake with their shoulders where they go up and down, you know? It's good. I like that move. Couldn't see the shimmy shake that time because they were too focused in on Woojin. This dude with his fucking backhanded yeah, you know what? At that first choreo, your arms movement matched almost perfectly. Almost.
Unexpectedly? What the fuck?
Unexpectedly. I know. What fucking back? I was so happy to see him get a compliment because I agree. He smashed it unexpectedly. You did well.
Unexpectedly.
Fuck.
I thought you were shit, but turns out you're pretty good.
To be fair, like Hyunjin could just walk out on the stage and he would have a complete flop sweat. So that's just like how he rolls. I've seen it with my own eyes. Here we go again. How many times? How many times do they need to show us? Ugh. Mnet, why?
What a stupid fucking reason to eliminate, especially if you're going to say your only problem or your biggest problem. Your biggest problem is something that you can like immediately fix. I mean, not immediately, but like
Right.
is easily fixed.
Yeah.
So he's got all the qualities to be amazing, except that he just doesn't, know the language that well. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, JYP, I don't know. And I'm excited for us to get into some of the other survival shows too, so that you can really see how much having a mastery of the Korean language matters to him in the future. Because, give you a hint, it fucking doesn't.
It does not.
I love that. I literally smile on my face. Like I was smiling through that whole scene of them doing the choreo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see.
You mean to tell me that it's fun to do things that you enjoy with people you enjoy? Are they showing this at the arena? Like
Is it on the screens?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anyone who was there. I think so. because otherwise they're sitting in silence, right? Like, because it's live.
It's live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine, like, what is going through your mind if you're the asshole that is like, no, they should be 7 members.
Right. Yes. So you mean JYP? Like, what's going through his mind? He's like watching this edited content, being like,
watch that, and then
I'm not gonna get out of this studio if I make it 7 members. I mean, the most fucked up thing, I don't know that I've actually ever seen it myself, but supposedly in existence, there are quote unquote OT7 stays who liked the group from Kingdom when Hyunjin wasn't there. And I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Oh,
what?
Hyunjin haters?
It's so weird. It's the weirdest thing. Like, they got onto Stray Kids when he was on hiatus, when we didn't release any music other than what was on Kingdom, and we didn't do like what do you mean? Yeah, it's basically like, so yeah, I don't know. It's I've never seen it, but I've heard people talk about it. So clearly they get exposed to it. It's bizarre. Yeah.
What did he just? He was just like, yeah. So the things that I had to work on were I made my Korean better. So that's what I did.
Yeah. Okay, like there's literally after the survival show, like there's like one of the best clips, and I don't remember what it was from. It may have been from the 9th, but they were like out in snow, and Bangchan says something in Korean. He's like talking to Felix, and then Felix just stares off and he goes, "Stray Kids," and walks off.
Okay.
It's great. It's a wonderful thing. Like people post it constantly. It's great.
Ew. It just sounded bad.
Yeah. No, I know. His voice it just doesn't fit.
After this,
Mm-hmm.
JYP could have redeemed himself by just being like, okay, you will not be debuting as a 9-member group. You will be debuting as an 8-member group because Woojin, what the fuck?
I don't honestly. I don't think that Bangchan made a mistake by recruiting him as a part of the group, because what he needed was somebody who could lead the vocal team, who had like proper vocal training, and he got training at SM, who's known for vocals. So like, if you're gonna have someone to try and lead your vocalists,
It looked good on paper.
Right, exactly. And you know, he can sing notes, but I don't think he was looking at the parts as a whole for the vocals sound. And not to mention that IN and Sungmin weren't as confident going into the survival show with their vocals, but as it even develops, even just how much it developed through the survival show, you know, their unique vocal tones come out more, and you can see the contrast. So,
do you think he understood the question and answered it, or do you think he memorized that speech and just said that instead?
Memorized 100%. Oh, the midway results.
All right, that's the winner.
Okay, I really want to look for the panic on JYP's face when the results come up. Oh, this asshole, this motherfucker! What the fuck? I was literally thinking, like, wait a minute. He doesn't have anything like electronic in front of him. How would he have the results? And it's because he didn't.
I mean,
yeah, the finale of Kingdom is just like this. No, he doesn't. Look in his ears. He got nothing. Unless he's got a really, really teeny tiny one. But fucking get to it, my dude. Also, does he actually, is that a real pocket square, do you think? Or do you think that's like a facade one that's just a card that you just slide in there?
Yeah, I think
because it looks like paper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 96-4.
Yeah. Who are those 4%, and can we go to their house and beat them up?
No, like the thing is that those 4%, they just hit the wrong button on their phone.
Right. Oh, okay, fair enough.
It was just an accident.
It was a oopsie.
Whoopsie doodle. Oh yeah. Let's, JYP, what do you think?
You're right. Their one weakness is Woojin in both.
I really want to pair this with what you thought when we watched it the first time.
Yeah. Is it vastly different?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I listened to it.
Yeah.
You remember when we started the rewatch, I was like, I was going to listen to the episodes along with as we progress, but you were like, nah, don't do that. It's not fun. Listen to them afterwards, which gave me permission to not listen to them. So I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I know he was in my top 3.
It's just, you know, we've talked about it a lot that like you didn't know what you had with 8 members and the sound of it with 8 members. And then after having that and going back, you can really see, you know, the clash.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The biggest problem that a lot of people have with my opinions is that they had more information than I did at the time. Go back and be original. Okay. Try that.
Right.
Try that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
I said what the fuck just then because there was, I would jump back, but I'm not going to ruin it for Patreon people. But there was like a person in the crowd wearing a hoodie that just had an American flag pattern all over it. And I was like, what? What is going on here?
Coca-Cola.
I love that it says the god of entertainment, he says. Bundle. Hell yeah.
Can they use this sound?
Hey, they're kissing the homies at Hot River.
His voice is fine here in this song. It fits in this song.
Yeah, you only say that because there's no OT8 version of this song.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, but in what fucking song was it? Elevator, where it just sounds so out of place. But here it fits.
Well, I think the general, like the key of the song is a little higher, so it goes, you know, it kind of matches his range a little bit. Not to mention that he did this song first, like in the 3-member stage, the 333 stage. So Changbin's vocal fry is so good.
I think another member would sound better, but it sounds fine.
Yeah. No, I think it sounds fine. I mean, it's fine. But I think if we got an OT8 version, especially, I mean, like, let's not be, you know, it's been 6 years. Like, they've had a lot of practice, so they would sound much better.
Should I tell
Yes.
Chris?
Tell Christopher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit him up.
I mean, he knows already. We've talked about this a few times. But I should be like, hey, man,
That's
for real.
true. Hey, Lino vocals. GR.
GR.
Grrr.
Rawr.
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 The law of total madness. Rawr. The law of total madness. I like that for the 7-member performance. They were like, we really, we do a lot of these fast songs. We really need to make a song for all the vocal members. And for the 9-member stage, they were like, fuck the vocal members. We're going hard.
Oh, my God. We still have half an hour.
Yeah, buddy. Buckle up. We still haven't had any backhanded compliments from JYP about the performance of School Life. Like, are we going to get those? I don't remember. Finally, Bangchan gets a goddamn compliment. The thing about having these guest performances is that if they didn't exist, I would never have gotten into Stray Kids. So, I can't like look down on this kind of thing,
I don't think it's a 2 p.m.
That's
promo.
true.
It's probably a JYP promo saying like,
well, yeah, I mean, JYP is just like, hey, which of my look at that picture of Felix.
Look at our quality artists. And they needed time to kill to do the votes.
Yeah, he was at the busking mission. He was wearing the glasses and the baseball hat. The MC is either really tall or maybe JYP only hires short idols. I don't know. Could go either way. Oh, here we go. The voting is almost over. They're going to tease this out for another 10 minutes.
Naturally.
You see that? He goes, I hope JYP can see that,
Mm-hmm.
He's swinging. You know what I mean?
Big dick swinging.
Just trying to be subtle. But yes. 9 minus 2 equals 0. Yeah, you have. Yeah, they have a strong opinion, JYP. What are you going to do? Recently, Stray Kids performed at one of the domes, and they had these trap doors that like launched them out into the air. And so I was just imagining, like, what if like these were on elevators, and so if somebody got eliminated, like the cube they're on would just lower them under the stage. It's like, goodbye, Lino.
Yeah, or launch them into the audience.
Yeah, that's great.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so Stray Kids is like dogs. There we go. Stray Kids are 9 members for a while. Oh, he walked all the way down to the stage. See him
To give them head pats.
Give him head pats, yeah. He really is going down the line giving head pat. I feel like this is one of those things where like, you shake someone's hand and then you like kind of give them like a little extra pizzazz, right? In this case, a head pat. And then you suddenly are like,
he gave everyone head pats. He made sure of it.
But there's 8 more people. Like, he walks up to the first pair, IN, right? He's like, oh, he's so cute. Pats him on the head. And then you look down the line, you're like, ah, shit. Now I have to pat everyone's head.
Because Changbean's too cool for it.
And that's it. Oh my God. Wow, Tom, that was the Stray Kids survival show. We rewatched the whole thing. How do you feel? How do you feel now? Are you feeling good about it, or?
It was kind of boring.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess next week will be the NCT cast or some shit.
Yeah.
No, not really. Next week we got a new album coming out, so like I'm excited. Rockstar's here.
New album. Yeah.
A new album.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. We got Comeback. We got a whole new track list, and there's gonna be streaming and voting, and everything's gonna be happening, and it's gonna be great.
Yep.
Can't wait. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah. How do you? Okay, like overall, if you had to sum up your how you feel different. Having lived that OT8 lifestyle and seeing the nine member group like transition through this whole survival show, like what do you think? What do you think about this whole thing? The experience of rewatching.
Yeah, it's definitely, you definitely have a different experience going into it. I think I mean, I'm not like I'm not super unique in that, in my experience of Stray Kids, but I am unique amongst at least the community that we have. A lot of people are like very few people here I feel like had the same experience as me, where I started from the very, very beginning and knew nothing, going in. And so like having that experience and, having like those opinions formed with no outside information, and then having it shaped like over time as I saw everything happen, and with certain members and all this kind of stuff, it's definitely I think a more interesting experience than like if you just heard some Stray Kids songs one time and was like, oh, I kind of like this, and then got into it from that point, and later learned like all the stuff, So it is interesting, especially like with the Woojin stuff, because if you didn't know anything about it, if you went into it, you probably like it would be very difficult to convince me that if you started someone with the survival show and didn't tell them anything about Stray Kids that would happen in the future, that they would just immediately start being like, I don't like this Woojin guy. Fuck Woojin, right? Like the hate, all the hate and disdain that people have towards Woojin is because of like what, the future events. Yeah. You maybe you don't like him, but you're never going to be like, God, this group would be so much better if it were fucking 8 members,
Right. Yeah. You're not going to be like, oh, I wish they eliminated that guy, because nobody. Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, clearly, like you see it at least at the end of the survival show. It's not like they were like getting no votes. It's like 96%. Like for all 9 members, it's like, oh, okay, like people wanted him there, clearly. Yeah. If I could really sum up the fact that you've had these 2 different experiences, I would say that like one is like live dogs and the other one is like a robot dog.
Yeah.
And Woojin is the pad that they pee on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that metaphor track,
right?
JYP.
And also as you get more into the group and like experience more and more of their music and stuff, then obviously like you start to appreciate each member for individual, like very early on in watching the episodes, like we talked about this on previous episode. I cared more about other members that I just like, there's just like, they're just, small Korean boys on the screen. Like, what do I fucking give a shit?
Right.
But now that I'm invested, I'm like, okay, I'm looking at this one in particular because I want to see like what's going on with them in this particular scene. Whereas before it was just kind of like, oh, okay, things are happening.
They sure are. I could see that. I also I actually do really find it interesting because your experience being so unique of not knowing anything going in and then now transitioning back, like it is normal, I think, for a Stay Now who like gets the summary of who Stray Kids are now and then goes back and watches the survival show. They're gonna be like, oh, this guy, fucking this guy, he doesn't sound right because I'm used to listening to the new stuff. But like you were able to have the experience to not know any of that, and have that original experience. And then on rewatch, like it didn't influence you like to be like, well, you know, I remember him being fine. You still were like, no, OT8, fuck you, OT8. And so I actually find that to be really cool, because it's like, is it just a built-in bias for people who like didn't get that experience of growing up with the group, or is it not? And clearly it is like, no, OT8 is so good. They smash it out of the park all the time. And when you go back and you hear something that sounds so different,
It sounds off.
it sounds off. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty great. Love that. I feel like we really learned something today.
Everything that is different or could be different is just going to sound. I mean, it's kind of like I feel like it's pretty similar to like if you listen to a song in Korean for the first time and then you listen to it in Japanese or English, you're going to be like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
You know, it's just. But I guess really it comes down to what sounds better, like what actually has a better ear feel. You know, because when you make Hyunjin go verse 2 and it just doesn't fucking hit.
Oh man,
like yeah, Felix doing it, you're just like, ugh, I don't like that at all.
That was so rough. Oh man, I genuinely, this is like, how many times have I watched the survival show now? So fucking many. That part stood out to me more than any other part so far. Like, it's bizarre. And like, I feel like last time when we were watching, it really didn't jump out at me. It was this time that really it popped out.
That moment. And was it Elevator? I keep forgetting the part that Woojin sings, like when he's singing, and I'm just like, like it. Like, I know that he doesn't have a bad voice, but it's not good in the song. And that's it could be like, there's two reasons, right? One is that he's not a good fit for the other feel of Stray Kids, but also I've listened to the original, or was it Yeah, maybe, but I've listened to the OT8 version so much at this point that like any change is going to be like very extremely noticeable.
Yeah, it could go either way, but it was a fun journey. I'm glad we decided to do the full rewatch and kind of go back to the roots of everything. It was great. It was really fun. Now that this is over, we still have some like other Stray Kids stuff we can do, but I'm pretty hyped to chug along the survival show train. So I think we will still alternate weeks, because that gives Stray Kids enough time to like build up their content, because they release stuff over a course of a couple weeks, and in the in between we'll start or continue our watching of the Neezy Project. And we'll I think it would be pretty easy for us to still do a quick little news section, so we're not gonna like not talk about our boys. We are the Stray Kids podcast, the Stray Kids podcast. We're still talking about them, see what they're up to and stuff. Not like big things like watching Skiz Code or whatever, but little things. And then we'll move on with that Neezy Project, because we got to see the moment that captured my heart, you know?
Okay. But when are we getting back into Kingdom?
What do you mean back into? You want to do a Kingdom rewatch?
You're fucking right, I do. Why wouldn't we? What?
We can. We will. No. Listen, I've already watched it twice. I'll watch it again.
I've only watched it once, so.
Well, I watched you. When I was watching it the first time, because I wouldn't stop talking about it.
Do I know? Do I fucking know?
But we talked about this, right? Like,
show.
Yeah, it's true. But I want to watch some of these other survival shows. Neezy Project, A2K, Boys Planet.
But this is a Stray Kids podcast, and we are always on topic with that. So
we are always on topic.
It just seems like a good thing to just stick with Stray Kids. Although, no, I mean, okay, I'll be honest. One of the main reasons why I want to go back and watch Kingdom is, like, obviously I want to see all the Stray Kids performances again. But with my newfound willingness to explore other groups, I want to look at the other performances from a new lens. You know, I want to look at them and go,
Right.
okay, I appreciate what they're doing here, instead of being like, fuck you, you're not Stray Kids, get off the screen.
Yeah. So right. But what I'm saying is the reason why we're going to go to I'm not saying never. I'm saying we're going to go to these survival shows first because I had to cough. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, wow.
Because yes. Yeah, no. Because I want us to get more exposure to some other groups. Like, I agree with you that we want to get exposure to some other groups.
Margaret?
We're gonna, you know what I mean?
Oh, you want me to have exposure to other groups, just not NCT. I see how it is.
Look, okay, it's not about NCT. I'll tell you, I can tell you exactly what it is. Here it is.
Sure.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
If 2 years ago I had said, Tom, I've been listening to K-pop now, and I just sent you a link to watch a Stray Kids video.
You're saying you don't like the method in which Mooney is getting me interested in NCT, just being like, here, listen to this. You know?
No, right. No, because let me explain. Because if I would have just sent you, said like, here, listen to this K-pop, you would have been like, nah, you probably wouldn't have listened to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have listened to it. You would have just been like, yeah, or you would have like started it and been like, yeah, I get it, and then turned it off, right? Like, you would not have like been like, yeah, send me more of those. Like, it would just not have happened.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is we spent years you know, bringing you in, giving you all the content, getting you used to all this K-pop stuff, all the things, and still like we did it weekly, right? Like, it wasn't like I was just gonna get you on a Discord privately and be like, hey, here's like 5 songs, let's just listen to them right now, I'm gonna make you do it, which I could do if you still lived here, but I'm just saying, we didn't. We recorded it, we made a whole podcast about it, and so we had to do it weekly. I didn't get the opportunity to just give you everything. We did it, and it made it so you are more willing to listen to K-pop, right? I mean, I know you would listen to BTS in the past. Thank you, Anna. But, you know, like, we spent a lot of time on this, really getting it going. And then Mooney can just be like, here's all these bangers from NCT. Here, listen to these. And I'm like, I worked so hard.
Yeah,
I worked so hard.
Okay, but shouldn't that mean that your efforts were not in vain? You put in all this work to get me to this point, so that anybody could be Mooney, could be Mixtape. I fucking pick someone. Someone send me a song from a different group right now, and I'll fucking listen to it. And it's your fault, Phil. You did that. You allowed this to happen. Okay.
I gave you wings, but I didn't realize how high you would fly. No, and
you should be proud of yourself for doing what you did, because now not only am I just like imagine how fucking boring would it be if I was just like, yeah, Stray Kids is the best band in the world and I don't want to fucking hear anything else, you know? And then like, that's it. And anytime someone's like, well, you know what, how mad were you at me for not liking B2B during Kingdom? Like, what is this shit? You're gonna be like, no, you can't like other groups as easily as you like Stray Kids, or as easy as you are liking other, because you got to put in the work. But then during Kingdom, I'm like, I don't like B2B because they're just kind of bland and they just stand there and sing. Like, they sing well, but they just stand there, and you're like, oh, you just don't appreciate it. It's hypocritical.
That is not my point. It is not my point. My point is that like, it would have been so easy for me to just force you to listen to it by just sending you songs. I took the long road, you know.
And it worked. We took the road. That's the point.
And it worked.
It worked.
No, I know. And okay, all right. Part of it, I'm a little jealous. Okay? Because like, I'm not listening to NCT. Nobody's talking to me.
What do you? Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mooney brings up a good. What do you
bullshit.
want? Do you want Mooney to to fucking go to Anchor.fm and set up? I'll make an in citizen out of you.
No.
And then be like, okay, Tom, let's watch the survival show and tell me all your thoughts about it and listen to this song and listen to that song. And then here's all the members' names. And this is why this one left, but he's in Rise now. And so they're cool. You should check them out later. And then this is my favorite member and this should be your favorite member. Is that what you want to happen?
No.
Okay.
I'm just
then
saying.
what's the problem?
Nothing. There's
Okay.
no problem.
All
I
right.
just,
You're just
this is a Stray Kids podcast, and
Yeah.
I want you. I know you like the ult is still Stray Kids, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's
and
fine.
also, look, here's the thing, right? I like to listen to some other music and other groups, right? Sometimes, right? But I can't get into them because I don't have time.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah, but not in CT. Go listen. Let's open up a watch together. Open up a watch together and let's fucking watch
No.
Sun and Moon. Let's do it right fucking now. We're doing it. We're doing it.
No,
Yep.
we're not. This is Stray Kids podcast.
No.
Goodbye.
Firefox. You come back here. You stop that music.
No, I will not.
My
This is Stray
grandpa's
Kids podcast.
How it feels to chew five
Turn
gum.
this off.
How it feels
No.
to chew five gum.
No, I refuse. We're
My
done.
grandpa's hammer. What a savings.
What a savings.